Hello, Dr. Eyal. How are you doing?
Hello, Dr. Mr. Peer. I'm fine, thank you. And thank you so much also for this interview in your channel. It's a great honor to me to speak with you, and I hope we will both enjoy. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for being with us. And uh, as it's an honor for me to have you, and the topic is very interesting. Your research area is very interesting, and in the recent days, we have heard few statements from Afghan government. In our neighborhood, in our backyard, there's a change, and now the new government is in place in Afghanistan, and they gave a statement that we will be welcoming relations with every country in the world but Israel. And there is a historical fact that uh, or you may say, not being offensive to anyone or anyone's thoughts or anyone's association, we used to say, and we people used to call that Pashtoons are forbidden tribes of Jews. I don't know, is it a story, is it a myth,
Right.
what is it? But it is a famous saying on our part of the world. And this is your topic of interest, by the way.
Yes, it's a famous around the world. Yes. It's really interesting topic, which I was also asking myself about this topic when I was in India in my first time, in my first travel in 2004. It was coming to my mind that the people that I have met have so nice behaving, so polite, so gentle, so hospitality, that it was coming to my thinking. Maybe they are have this nature from these lost tribes that we stopped with them 2,100 years ago. Yes, in the 8th century BC. Uh, I was very much wonder on this, but I understood. I was began to read. I was began to check about this, and I was coming to understand that this is really kind, actually, because this is impossible to prove that people that was living 2,700 years ago still uh, still living with us, and we can say here 1 plus 1 is 2. Yes, it in the first it didn't coming to my mind, but then researcher, rabbi in Israel, he was expert already. His name was Eliyahu Avichai, and this person, Eliyahu Avichai, he was telling me that if we will research about this group and we will find that they have family trees and they have costumes and they have books, historical books, chronicle books that prove that they are coming from the state of Israel. That will be very good proof for us, and we can say in a very deep, carefully, that these groups have connection with the Israeli nation. And he asked me, he was seeing that I'm very much involved and it's, in my blood, this topic. So he asked me to go in 2007. He asked me to go to India. He was very old in this time. And he asked me to go to India and to begin this checking. So I went in 2007, the first time back to India. And I went to Jaipur area in Rajasthan. And I was met few Pathans in these times in the what they call Barabasti, 12 villages around Jaipur from the 16th century BC, actually 15th century in the time of Sher Suri. He was settled there. Sher Suri, the great Sultan, he was Pathan himself. He was belonged to the Sur tribe, Sur Pathan tribe. And he was, as we all know, very great empire. And he was settled them around Jaipur. And he to protect Jaipur. That was the wish of the Rajputs that was sitting there. The Pathans-Pashtuns will come from Afghanistan, and I was began to search about their traditions, about their customs, and I was found slowly, that of course from the outside they are pure Sunni Muslims. Yes, and they behave like Muslims, and then keep all the rivas of the Muslims, and so forth, and all the Shariat of the Muslim way. But inside their home, they have some traditions, some costumes that don't equal to the Islamic tradition.
Hmm.
I can give some examples.
Hmm.
For example, they are avoid from camel meat. This is their principle. We don't eat camel meat. We don't drink milk. But all your neighbors, all the Sayyid, all the Mughal, all the Sheikh, they are eating, no problem. Why you don't eating? This is our rivers. For many generations, we don't bring this meat to our home and don't allow to our children to eat it. Other tradition is that they separate between the dishes in the kitchen. They have dishes for milk, dishes for meat, and they don't eat meat with milk together. They don't eat curd, yogurt with meat. It's not allowed to them. Even in other caste of Islamic caste, they mostly do it. They don't separate the dishes. But Pathans in India, I'm saying, I don't know, I didn't check deeply in Afghanistan. I heard some of them doing it also in Afghanistan. But in India, they are separate between the dishes. Another example, they are having, like Kabristan from themselves. They don't mix in the Kabristan between themselves and other Muslims. They very much keep on it. In their traditions, they after the pray these 5 prays in the day, like every good Muslim, yes, they take their head back from Mecca to the direction of Jerusalem, in a direction what we call the first Qibla. Yes, the first Qibla. Yes, of Prophet Muhammad. They take their head to the direction of Jerusalem, and in this direction, they like pray a special praise, not the official prayer. The official praise is to Mecca, but they are praying also official praise to the direction of Jerusalem. And even they have like ceremony when someone is ill in the house, for example, and they want to pray for his recovery. They are taking candles and put like in a shelf, special shelf, and say, this candle is for this angel, this candle is for this angel, and this candle is for Israel angel. And they very much respect this name of Israel, Israel angel, Balak, Balak Israel. And also, when you speak with them, they tell you, we are coming from Bnei Israel. We are children of Israel. This is our belief. And we had it from our grandmother that had it from her grandmother. And generation after generation, we know it. And it's not allowed to us to get married outside of our tribes, outside of our community. Only Pathan with Pathan. This is also something that much keep in their traditions. They have some more traditions. I will not get to all of them, but uh, actually in 2012, I was writing a heavy thesis about this. Uh, if you want, I will go. I will go to bring it 1 minute. 1 minute. Yes, this is thesis. Yes, the Pathans communities is in central India, between myth and reality. Yes, you see, on the possible linkage to Jewish traditions. Yes, this is the topic of my thesis. And here I was really compare between their traditions and the Islamic tradition from one side, the Hindu tradition from the other side, and the Jewish tradition from the third side. And I really found that all these traditions that I remind now, and many and some others, not many, but some others, are really, equivalent or to the Jewish tradition in their home. In their home, they have very much comparing between what they are doing and what the Orthodox Jewish doing. Also, the Karaite Jewish. If you know about the Karaite, the Karaite Jewish.
Yeah.
Yes, there was this Karaite movement.
Dr. Eyal,
one of the women, one of the wife of Prophet Muhammad, alayhi salam, she was Jewish.
Yeah.
I think the 9 one, the 8 one of his wife, yes, she was Jewish, daughter Jewish. Yes, of course, we are in the same faith. We are, but if you are asking about this meat, I prefer to be very careful. And I know that this around this topic, this is a lot of romantic
fantasy.
talk.
Yeah.
A lot of romantic talk around this. Yes, 2,700 years. We can't say that they are Jews, they are not Jews, because we don't know nothing actually.
Yeah.
I can tell you about one friend of mine. I will not tell his name. I don't ask his permission, but I can give a short story about him. He went to make DNA checking. He was very much secure about his DNA. He's Pashtun, and he went to make DNA checking. His family was living in India for a long time, and now they passed to other country, no matter which country. And he went to MyHeritage. You know MyHeritage? You heard about MyHeritage?
No.
Very important website. If you look after, you will find it very interesting. They have a lot of family trees inside this website, so you can check your family tree if you want.
Okay.
And they have also possible to make DNA checking.
Okay.
And he went to MyHeritage, and he was getting very interesting answer from His mother, she's Pashtun, and his father is an Indian.
Okay.
So they tell him that according to his mother, he don't have any connection to the Jewish.
Okay.
But according to his father, that he was Indian, yes, he had a lot of connection to the Jewish.
Oh.
So he didn't understood what is going on. My mother, she's Pashtun, she's not belong to the Jewish. But my father, it is not Pashtun, it is Indian. He's belong. And then he began to dig about his father's family, and he began to know that his father's family, they arrived in 1492 from Spain with Vasco da Gama. They arrived in this time to India. They were Jewish from Spain that escaped from Isabel from that, yes, and from here to there, they had came to Goa Beach in India, and they settled in the south of India in this time for many generations. Yes, from the end of the 15th century.
Yeah.
And so his father side, they were Jewish. And nobody in the family was remembrance. No one in the family have any knowledge on this. So it's very difficult to say in these days that we are sure about so big community that they are all Jewish. I think the Pashtuns all around the world, they are maybe 100 million. I'm right? The Pashtuns.
Yeah. They are in a very big
Pakistan,
number.
it's 45 million.
Yeah.
In Pakistan, there are around 45 million.
Yeah.
In Afghanistan, there are around 25 million. And another countries, all the Silk Road countries, yes, all the Stans,
And
Tajikistan,
of course
and
in
so
India.
forth.
Of course
and
they
now
are in India.
Europe, and around 6 million of them living in India. I didn't check it properly, but as I understood, around 6 million of them. So all around the world, they're coming to be like 100 million, all the Pashtuns. So I cannot say that all the Pashtuns are Jewish, but I can say about some of them that they have costumes like Jewish. That one group. I can say about some of them that they have, like self-identified themselves. Like a Jewish. They say we are Bnei Israel. Yes, they say we are Jewish. And the third thing that which I was checking in my doctorate, I was finished in honor in 2019. This is their family trees, the family trees of them. I was found after I was finished my thesis. I went back to India, and I was found, a private archive, also in Rajasthan, in one of the villages in Rajasthan, and not far from Jaipur, one of the Paravasti villages. I was found a very old archive from the time of Shesh Asuri. That one family, they were the writers of Shesh Asuri. The forefather of this family, he was the writers of Shesh Asuri, and he ordered his writer, you must to keep the records of the Pathans from generation to generation. What they are calling Ansab Sejra. You know Ansab Sejra?
Yeah.
Family trees.
Yeah.
Ansab Sejra. You must to keep the records. You must to write the father of every family, the mother, the grandma, the grandfather, the tribe, and all the kids. All the name of the kids. And who get married with whom.
Yeah.
So I was taking this book, and about this book I was writing my PhD.
Oh.
One of these books, maybe from the 17th century, I was translated, and I was writing my PhD. And in this book, it's written very clearly that the Pathans were coming from Abraham, but not from Ishmael. Yes, you speak about Abraham, and then you speak about Ishmael and all the Sayed and all the Sayed tree, and then he coming to Ishaq, Yaqub alayhi salam,
Yeah.
and to his 12 sons of Yaqub, and he's saying that Pathans, Ibn Yahud, Pathans, they are sons of Yahuda. Yes, Yahuda is the fourth son of Yaqub alayhi salam.
Okay.
The fourth son of Yaqub, the big tribe, and they are son of Yehuda. And actually, we are Yahudis. We are also son of Yehuda. Yes, we are Yahudis according to the names of Yehuda. Yes, Yehud is the son of Yehuda. So this Pathan, they are son of Yehuda, and they are also from the dynasty of Malik Talut. Malik Talut remains also in the Holy Quran. You know this name, Malik Talut? Malik Talut, we called him Shaul. He called him Talut because he was very tall. Tawil.
Yeah.
You say in Arabic, Tawil. Very tall person. Malik, the tall king, the Tawil king. So they are saying they are coming from Yehuda, and they are coming also from Malik Talut, and they give all the dynasty of Malik Talut until they're coming to Hes, Hes Abd al-Rashid. And they say Hes Abd al-Rashid, he is from the dynasty of Malik Talut, or the king which we say in Hebrew, Shaul ben Kish. They say Ches, we say Kish.
Okay.
But this is the same family with a different accent. So this is another very important proof about this dynasty of Pashtun.
Doctor?
Yes. Salman, he was total Jewish. No any doubt of this. He was coming from a Jewish family from the city of Kashan. His name was Salman Kashani. Yes, Kashan in Persia, Iran. And he was a total Jewish. But I think this is something that the Pathans didn't came to speak about it too much. But and also all the Afghans and all this group area, we can say, didn't speak too much about all the culture movements that was, moving around and around all over Persia and Afghanistan, and yes, the Hindu Afghan, we can say, or the Indo-Iranian area, for maybe thousands of years. So many spiritualical people was there, and I was very much surprised to see that they don't have, place of honor in the historical books of the Pashtuns and of the Pashtuns and the Pathans and in the area they don't have enough place of honor. And really, one of them, he was Salman the poet, Salman Kashani, the Jewish poet, the Jewish Sufi poet. He was, like a great spiritualical person that was thinking outside of the box in this time. I'm sure he was respect the Jewish Orthodox way. Same, he was respect the Islamic Orthodox way. But he wanted to bring something new to the world. And when he was meeting Caesar Akbar with his Tawhid Ilahi, yes, the new religion that Caesar Akbar wanted to bring to the world, to make all the religions to be one in the beginning of the 16th century.
Yeah.
that was, to him like a miracle. That was exactly what he was looking for, because he had kind of soul, a kind of a soul that wanted to mix between all. He didn't suffer the way of separate. He was believing that God is one, and all his creators are one, like him, and they don't need to be separate from one to the other. The separate is only from the outside, not the inside.
Yeah.
In the inside, we're all equal.
Yep.
And when he met Caesar Akbar and he was getting the power to do it, he done it. He was trying to done it, and he was writing a book, very important book. He was helping to write very important book that was calling Dabistan al Muhab. Yes, the School of Religions, and he is breaking his mind there how to bring all religion really to be one religion, because that was the wish of Caesar Akbar.
Yep.
This time, and after Shah Jahan also, make love no war. Yes, not necessarily war. That was he was saying, and they spent all their money by making love, and they was building the Taj Mahal in this time. Yes, the great story of love.
Yeah.
Because they was full inside, and this spirit we need to see that she was building in the same time in Italy. Leonardo da Vinci was in this time. Michelangelo was living in this time. All the in France, in Paris, they were speaking like this also. In the beginning of the Renaissance. In this time.
So
I'm not a prophet. I can say my wish.
yeah.
I don't know what will be in the future. Yes.
Yeah.
I just can say my wish. I just can say about what I'm praying on. And my prayer is that we will build a bridge between, first of all, between the Pashtoons and the Israelis. Yes, after 2,700 years, this destroyed family of Yaqub alayhi salam will come to be one again, and not separate, and come to be one again from the place of respect. No one will need to make any change. Some of the sons can be Muslims, some of the sons can be Christians, some of the sons can be Jewish, and we still can live together and be together with peace and love, and respect one the other like brothers need to do one to the other.
Yep.
Like a good family.
That's right. That's very right.
And of course, this is my wish. This is my dream, and this dream is not only I would say it's not only a dream. I'm working on it.
Oh, wonderful.
I'm working on it, and I'm trying with slowly to build this kind of a bridge between the Pathans, between the Pashtoons, and between the Israelis. And I really hope to get success on it. If not me, my sons, not my sons, my grandsons.
That's
I
wonderful.
hope that the Israeli family will become to be one. And if I can say in a more big looking, I hope all the world will come to be one again. And I think the Sufis, they are the bridge. They are the correct bridge. Because we are all in so deep anger one the other, all the time. I not speak with this, I not speak with this. I'm not eating in his home because of this. I'm not. And suddenly they become the Sufis and they say, really, humility. This is the base. Just to be a good person to the other, and no matter who is your God and no matter what is your faith, you are mostly welcome.
Yeah.
And we give you a place and we give you a space to express yourself. And I think this is the most right thing that the world needs now, especially when we see all these radical movements around us.
Yeah.
As you say in the beginning, like these Taliban say, we are allowed to speak with all of the world
Yeah.
except Israel.
Yeah.
And they know why. They know why. They know, first of all, that some of them are coming from the family of Israel, and they very much afraid, very much afraid from building a bridge. So they prefer to destroy the bridge. That will be more easy than to build it.
That's right.
And I hope something will happen, and they will also understand it's not necessary. I hope so. I really, really hope so, and pray for this. Amen.
Thank
Amen.
you for your time. Thank you.
Also, I hope to have coffee with you in Jerusalem.
Inshallah, very soon. Inshallah, very
Please
soon.
come and be our
I'm
very soon.
I am ready
Inshallah,
to
very soon.
I am ready to come
Inshallah.
to Jerusalem
Inshallah.
soon.
Come to my home, and my home will be your home, inshallah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Be blessed. Thank you. Goodbye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.